All right, let's bring them out here. Running backs, less than 90% rostered, and this is by week 16 touches. So get us a good one for week 17. How about Tony Pollard? Tony Pollard had 21 touches for Tennessee here. He scored pretty good here too, but was outdone by his teammate Tajay Spears, who also had 18 touches. Between them, that's almost 40 touches. They're splitting it pretty good. Now, hasn't worked in the past. All the way you look back here, hey, they haven't been scoring too. Tony Pollard's been doing all right, but Tajay Spears coming along for the ride. So we'll see how they do. And they're not playing Kansas City, running all over. How about Juwan Jordan here? He's relative because his Woody Mark's going to make it. Right now, he is questionable. And this Jordan's filled in. Hey, we've been waiting for his turn. You know, hey, he's been around for a while. In the last couple of weeks, he's provided some points here. So let's get on. Looks like he'll be available too. How about Algier? You know, off and on. Hey, popping in here. So hey, it's a deep one, but hey, you just all depending on what game they got next. How about Chris Rodriguez popping back in here? He's back. So he did pretty good. And of course, now he's got be careful here because he is questionable with a groin. All right. So, hey, just because he got a lot of touches here, I think Bill is down here on the list a little bit, and he did all right filling in, and he'll give even more if you find out Chris Rodriguez. And now, how about Blake Corum? I mean, it's been we were on this for a long time. Look at that. He's just been scoring. Because hey, they don't want to run out Kyrene Williams right before the playoffs. All right, so Blake Corum's getting his touches. Same with Gainwell. Look at his Gainwell, been scored to now. Hey, Jalen Warren's been scored too. Look at that last week. All right, but hey, Kenneth Gainwell, he's playable. I mean, look at that. Over 10 the last 3 weeks. If you need someone out and Gainwell's available, that's somebody. Manuel Wilson, of course, with Josh Jacobs out. You know, he was out. So, hey, Emmanuel Wilson got 14 touches in that, so he's doing pretty good too. How about Isaiah Pacheco? Bouncing back on a little bit, not enough there, too stale. How about Montague here? He had 10 carries. Of course, Swift was the game, and now Swift he actually outscored him in fantasy. The Bears here back on track next week, maybe with an easier game, but hey, they're probably all taken. How about Singletary? Yeah, they're just struggling. And Raheem Sanders, here's a name to know possibly, since Judkins is going to be on IR. So he's out. So, hey, Raheem Sanders came in there and kind of filled the muscle role. And Dylan Sampson here, he's questionable with a calf. You might get some play out of this Raheem Sanders. Keep an eye. Michael Carter did his best for Arizona here, trying to keep up. Bam Knight, of course, is on IR out. Now it's fell down to Michael Carter. And, boy, they just didn't seem to run the ball a lot, right? Hey, he got in there for a few points and some receiving as well. That's 11 touches total. How about Ramondre Stevenson? Had 10 down here. Well, Henderson stealing the show a lot of times. Didn't last week, you know. And now you got Ramondre Stevenson scoring pretty well here too. And neither are injured, so they're all set up for next week. How about Jalen Wright? He's popping in there. You know, A-Chain. Hey, he had a pretty good game too, but they kept mixing the right in there a little bit. How about Keaton Mitchell? You know, hey, Derrick Henry was the man in that last one. There's Bill down here with his 8 touches. Now, he'll get more play if Chris Rodriguez is out again. So that's a look at the running backs there, the roster percentage. Well, you can see Juwan Jordan, he is available. And, of course, Singletary. Hey, Raheem Sanders is too down here. Here's where they're scoring at, and that was their touches this last week. So, but you can get Raheem Sanders down here. Maybe check in with Jalen Wright and see if they're going to start playing him. Audric Estime was a disappointment down here. So he did for New Orleans. He didn't fire very good there at all. So, hey, let's take a look at the wide receivers. All right, let's bring out these wide receivers for the week 17. By touches by week 16, less than 90%. How about Mac Hollins here? He's been getting some action here with New England. Had 7 touches. Diggs, though he was active, did pretty good too. Kept Boutte, didn't he get hurt? He was in the game there for a while. So, but anyway, Matt Collins, he's been showing up. He had 7 touches. Always a long shot there. How about Trey Tucker? Oof, he's down to 38th in scoring now. He's been dropping off since that big 3. But hey, not a lot going on there. All right, so Besh, they've been trying to bring him on a little bit. Just not a lot there. How about Josh Downs? Hey, can he keep up now that Daniels out and Phillip Rivers back down to earth a little bit? Josh Downs is getting some action though. Hey, you can see he got some touches here. Like Pierce here with 4 touches, got all the touchdowns though, right? Scored a little better. Can they to stay active though with Phillip Rivers? How about Parker Washington? Big week for him, right? Look at that there with Jacksonville. Hey, he's one of the, Jacoby Myers. Hey, he got some points here too. Also, and Brian Thomas Jr. He's not been so far. It's been the hot one. It's been kind of Parker Washington. So always keep an eye out for him too. Romeo Dobbs. Woof, big week for him. He made some tough catches there. And 5 touches for him. You see Jaden Reed down here with 4 also on the list. Christian Watson out. So, hey. How about Keenan Allen? 5 for him. New just hasn't been firing here very much lately. I don't know. Hey, some of his teammates have been coming on here, like Quentin Johnston. He caught that long one. Look at that. That's some good points there. He had only 4, though. 5 for Allen here. Pat Bryant making some noise here. Hey, got into the game some. 5 touches. So that's pretty good for him. Corey, this Jets, just not really scoring that much. Tipton here for the Saints. Shakir with 4. Just not really been breaking 10 here. I don't know if you'd want to spend anything. Troy Franklin, he's always up and down. Look at those last 2 weeks. The week before, pretty good. He showed up with this when he's up to 25th in scoring. Hey, he had his 4 touches. Mims down there with 4 touches as well. So we'll move down the list a little bit more. Jaden Reed. Tesla has been coming on here a little bit, hasn't he? Let's look at his scoring. Hey, throw out that one bad week. He, catching some long ones. He might make some noise. Take a risk on him down towards the end here. And Adam Thielen. So, all right. And Trey Harris. Keep an eye out for him now. If we got injuries to Quentin Johnston here, right? Questionable for next week. This Trey Harris was there. I mean, it may make more opportunities for Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen, of course. But, hey, you just never know. They might get a more. All right, let's take a look at their rostered percentages. Matt Collins is widely available. And Pat Bryant. Parker Washington still available. Hey, see if they're in a game that matters. Hey, and not too many of these others are owned. So, all right, go out there. Maybe Matt Collins, Parker Washington is still good. So, all right, that's how we see them here this week. Good luck on your fantasy finishing up the years. I'm going to do another video of how I was successful enough to win my 12-team league. I plan to do a video on that and let everyone see that and how hey, it's already on the record. I'm having a video out there showing at the beginning of the year who I drafted. So, I ain't going to try to pull a fast one on you. All right, let's take a look at this.